to good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where everybody is in the world today. Apologies for being a little bit rushed today, but as we mentioned last time, in South Africa, we have constant issues with rolling blackouts. So we're going to keep this quite short and sweet. And thank you, Laura, for getting up a little bit earlier this morning as well to do your meetings and
Abs-
whatnot and still be here for filming. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Part of wealth of self.
Okay. This is why we're here to shine our lights as brightly as possible and just make sure that we're actually I was having this conversation with someone last night, but I think I'm going to save that for the podcast on Monday because I was
Cool.
telling them all about the wealth of self and what that actually means for us.
Cool.
And it's just very interesting how it resonated with everyone at the table, just going, oh gosh, that actually sounds like something I want to get into myself.
Wonderful. And so sorry, I just realized I'm traveling on Monday. And so you and I have to figure that out, the timing. I think I'm
Okay,
leaving in
no,
the morning.
no
Yeah,
problem at all. We'll figure it out, and we'll figure out how that's going to work, and we'll still make sure we get some form of content out for our audience.
absolutely.
And yeah, so as usual, I'm going to start off with a general reading of the energy for the upcoming week for the collective,
I'm
and which
excited.
is I am too. I have such a good feeling about this, mainly because I think since the work that Laura took me through on Monday, and again, thank you so much for that, Laura. I really appreciate it.
You're
Since
welcome.
that, the amount of blessings that the universe has just been throwing my way has been incredible. That I've been overwhelmed with feelings of support, feelings of love and gratitude, and it's just doing good.
And I want to say
Okay. Yes.
one quick yes, and part of that is the willingness that you allowed yourself to experience, to recalibrate a traumatic experience and not sit in it and really just start to move through it. And the universe saw that and again gifted you. You can feel your energy and all your authentic
Mm,
beauty that I love coming through. And so again, that doesn't mean we're not brushing anything aside. We spoke about it, we talked about it, we honored the feeling, and then we began to move through it so that life can continue to unfold in a positive way.
absolutely. And that actually ties in quite beautifully to our reading today.
Oh,
So, as always, bit of a mixed bag, which is usual since we're dealing with collective energies, right?
mhm.
But the feeling that I'm getting from this is, especially on the spiritual side of the draw, is there is a concerted energy, not from the universe, but I'll say from the powers that be, right?
Mm,
To kind of put us in a position where we're feeling like we're having to beg for things. We have to really
mhm.
like, go on our knees and be like, thank you so much for what little I'm getting. There's a sense of not stagnation, but definitely a slowing down, like an energy that's trying to pull us back. But then what's so beautiful is on the physical side of the draw, the conscious card is saying that we're wanting to withdraw. We're wanting to go back into ourselves. And that makes sense. I mean, if you look worldwide, inflation is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
There's talk of another Great Depression. There's talk of, well, gas prices have just continued to rocket up. All of these things that I think is making people feel like, when are we going to catch a break? But what is so beautiful here is on the subconscious side and on the card of what is, it's saying we have the strength to move forward and we are wealthy. And interestingly, I don't sense wealth in terms of financial. I'm
Right.
talking wealth in terms of we've built up such strong souls over the last 3 or 4 years that we have such wealth of self that we're able to get through this. The
Yeah.
advice card says, even if we're feeling blindfolded, even if we're feeling like we're trapped, there's actually a very clear path back to this castle, back to this fortress that is not something out there. It's very much something inside of ourselves. So I would encourage, as a overall reading, I would encourage everybody to recognize, remember, and re-embrace the inner strength that we've built up over the last couple of years, because whatever the storm is that is being thrown at us right now, it's temporary, it's going to pass. And there are oh, the other thing is on the spiritual side of the draw, sorry, which ties in so beautifully with the end, is there's these hidden blessings, there's these hidden treasures. And I do feel that that is possibly financial as well. So I would suggest to everyone, keep an eye out for opportunities, because whenever there's great upheaval, there's always opportunity. It's the polarity
Mm.
of the universe.
So I have so much to say. We could do a podcast just on that always. And again, okay, so I pick up my book even before we start, and I always just
Right.
ask the verse, and it always works. So the power quote for today is, "There is greatness hidden within the adventure of forward movement past the status quo." I want you to think about this, everyone. The adventure of moving through the storm, the adventure of knowing we are equipped, we are skilled. Again, I'm going to remind our community, we are geniuses, we are brilliant, even with and fill in all the blanks of what the world is going through. We are resilient. And there are those opportunities within the storm, within the recession, within the experience of trauma, within the challenges. Go through it, get past the status quo. So, whatever the universe is throwing at us, or our government, or the rolling blackouts, move through it. We will come out the other end stronger. Oh boy, I just saw like an army of warriors coming up over the mountaintop. And warrior is a beautiful thing. Warrior is the mindset of wealth of self, the tenacity, and again the knowing that we have what is needed to not only persevere but to create a new world within and externally.
Wow, 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 wow. I just want to remind our audience again, by the way, that the reading is done live on the episode. And like Laura just said, she picks her quotes beforehand. And it's just so interesting how the two always dovetail every single time. I get chills. It's so beautiful. This is, I think this could not have come at a better time for everyone. To our community out there who are watching this perhaps later on, please feel free to comment, share your thoughts with us. We're dying to hear from you. Um, and
Yeah.
let us know how, if this has been able to help you as well in the coming
And
weeks.
and don't forget to go to the scienceofempowerment.com. Download the ebook. If you're in the States, purchase the book. This will help you evolve along with us. So together we can again create this community of wealth of self on so many levels. Mindset contains power, and proper
Absolutely.
power, correct power allows us to work together and be points of light in some dark places.
Beautifully said, Laura. I think that is a perfect place to end this off today. Thank you so much for your time again. Apologies to
Thank you.
everybody that this has been so rushed, and thank you for bearing with us as we continue to try and shine our light out there. And we can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah. And look
Thanks,
at
everybody.
through the rolling darkness, here we are.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Much love, and we will see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.